Okay, if you're relocating to Dallas-Fort Worth from out of town, or whether you live here, this video is a cheat code for everyone. Because here's what's happening. You see gorgeous homes online, you fly in for one weekend, you tour 3 places, 4 places, and you leave thinking, I still have no idea what's actually worth it or where I should even start. So I did the legwork for you. I'm taking you inside a bunch of brand new homes I've toured over the last year across North Dallas, all in one compilation. So you can compare layouts, finishes, neighborhoods, builders, price points, all back to back without wasting time, gas, or guesswork. You'll also get to see how much my hair changes throughout the year. And stay until the very end because I'm going to tell you my top pick for relocating families, the area that will get the greatest amount of equity in the shortest amount of time in all of Dallas-Fort Worth. All right, let's go house hunting. Okay, now we're here at Astor Park and I wanted to show you MI Homes again here. And you can see Shattuck's building here, Highland, Toll Brothers. I'm trying to show you guys how you can get into these new constructions under 600. And MI, they start in the mid 400s and go up from there. And remember, I've told you guys that that base price is typically never what it's gonna end up at because you still have to get your lot and all the design. But if you guys really pay attention to the design, you can still get in under 600. So I wanted to kind of show you what this type of build out looks like. And you do have that secondary bedroom down. Now this one does not have an ensuite. It's over here. So a bit less private, but at least you still have it, okay? And this would be normally the garage. I've told you guys that as long as they're selling out of a home, the garage is gonna be their offices. So let me show you. You have, this is gonna be more than likely your dining room. If you need it as an office, you could use it as an office, and then you've got your laundry over here. You have that same under the stairs storage, AKA your tornado room. And this is beautiful. I mean, look at the vaulted, huge 2-story ceilings. You've got, gosh, the greatest view out there because of this lot. But, and all this is gonna be upgrades. All that woodwork is upgrades. So if you kind of keep your eye on what you're upgrading to, you're gonna be able to get in for a better price. And then you've got your butler's pantry again that would go into your dining room. And then your pantry. People just came in, so it's gonna get loud. All right, so you've got a great breakfast nook with corner windows. And then again, this lot isn't going to be normal because this is the model home, but it kind of shows you what surrounds Astor Park is, it's green belt and kind of forest that's not gonna be built on. So there is a little bit of privacy there. All right, let's go to the primary bedroom. And again, this is a 6 to 8 month build. If you do want to get into that lower price point, their spec homes right now are higher in price. They're in the 600s and up. But again, if you built from the ground up, you can get into the mid 400s and stay under 600 if you just watch your design choices. So you've got a great primary bedroom, and then your double vanity primary bath, stand-up shower and soaking tub, and then you've got 2 closets. That's really great. You've got a his and a hers, and there's so much space, so that's really nice. All right, let me go show you guys what's upstairs. And just to reiterate, a lot of this is upgrades, so make sure you remember that as I'm walking y'all through, that if you're on a budget, you need to mind those design choices. Plus, it's cheaper to get some of this done after you move in because builders are always going to charge you the most for upgrades. I've got a whole list of people I can refer to you if you want to do upgrades after you move in. So here's your game room. Those chairs are super fun. And this has the split bedrooms like the other MI. And depending on where you are in the video, this is your half bath. This is your media room. Super cute. Oh. It's not split bedrooms because that's a media room, not a bedroom. Sorry about that. All right, your bedrooms are over here. So you've got this huge bedroom, and this is the bathroom with 2 sinks. That's nice if you're gonna share a bathroom. And then you've got this bedroom. So this is a 4-bedroom, 2 up, 2 down. Not bad for staying under 600. Okay, so now I'm up in Northeast McKinney. So it is definitely super well established. You guys can see the background. And I'm at Meritage again. I was gonna show you guys Trophy, but they have a sticker on the front that says they are out today and it's closed. So I'm gonna take you into the 2-story model on Meritage. And remember, right now, as the date of this video, so make sure you look, they're offering a 4.99% interest rate. That's pretty great. And it comes with a refrigerator, washer, dryer, gutters, irrigation, all the things that you would need. So I want to kind of show you what you would be getting. This is a little over 2,000 square feet, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2-story. It is on a 40-foot lot, so it's a little bit smaller lot, but this is gonna start around $350,000. And they do have a 1-story, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, same square footage on a 50-foot lot. So if you wanted a bigger lot, you could get it. But I wanted to show you what this looks like. So let's move into, we've got a 1/2 bath here, which is nice. And it does look a little more slender because it is on a 40-foot lot, but it's still really cute. Getting a 2-story, almost 2,100 square feet house, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath for $350,000 with everything included. I think that's pretty legit. And you still have a pretty good backyard back there. All right, let's move into the primary bedroom. Gosh, that's a king and you still have lots of room. So that's a good size. And then of course, we've got the stand-up shower, the double sinks, and a really big walk-in closet, which is nice. Light and bright, which is always inviting. And then let's go see, let's look at the laundry room. This is so cute. You've got a gas stovetop, got great cabinetry. This is the pantry. So that's a good size. Ugh, there we go. That took some strength. And then remember the washer and dryer comes with it. You can't beat that. A 4.9% interest rate right now with where interest rates are, $350,000 with all of that included. Geez Louise, and you're in McKinney with McKinney ISD, and all this area is growing. So it's not like you're, out in the sticks, because you're not. All right, great big game room. All right, and then I showed this to you in Simpson Crossing that they have the spray-in, which is gonna help your energy bill a lot. You got that little nook over there, and then you've got 3 bedrooms here with the shared bath. Good sizes. Bathroom, good size. And then this, I like the Pac-Man. And then this one. So if you're needing the game room space, a 1-story is good too. The 1-story had an extra bathroom, a huge house, lots of bedrooms, lots of bathrooms for under $450,000. 4.99, washer, dryer, refrigerator, gutter, sprinkler system. It's just a really good, legit offer. So if that is something that you are looking for, let us know because we can help get you in. I'm here in Simpson Crossing, and everything they have is under $500,000, not just $600,000, but it's under $500,000. So Meritage is a little different in the fact that you don't go to the design center, you don't pick out everything, it's picked for you, but you get to choose which house you want. And so I'm gonna take you in and show you a little bit about what they've got going on and just what it all looks like. So we are starting here, okay? And then you have the front bedroom, like so many of them do. You have the bathroom that these 2 bedrooms are going to share. And here's the second one. Really great sized rooms for the amount of money you're spending. And so this would normally be your garage door. It's sealed up right now because remember their offices are right there until they're done. and this would be your mud area. All right, as we keep going, if you turn here, you're going to have a really great sized utility room. And just to let you guys know, Meritage includes the washer and dryer, it includes the refrigerator, it includes all the blinds throughout the whole house, all the gutters and the sprinkler system already in the cost of the home. So you literally move in, your home is move-in ready once you buy it. You don't even have to go get appliances. So you have a great utility room. You have another bedroom here. So this is gonna be and this is a 1-story, by the way. So this is the 3rd bedroom. And it's got its own private ensuite. All right, let's go see this dining room and kitchen. So this is the dining room. You could make it into an office if you wanted to. And they show you up there that they do spray foam, which is super energy efficient and a really great thing to have. All right, and then we've got the kitchen and living room breakfast nook combo. So you've got great cabinetry, you've got the island, you've got the breakfast nook over there, and the living. And then we go to the primary bedroom, which is really nice size. All right, again, to fit all this in a 1-story, that's 4 bedrooms. All right, 3 full baths. So you've got your walk-in shower, and then of course you've got your really good size closet, water closet, and then linen. So if you're looking to stay under the 500,000 mark and still get new construction, and this area is booming out here. So you will get to downtown McKinney in about 15 minutes, maybe 10. You're looking at a good 45 minutes to the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. So just know that going into it. We're out by Princeton, but it is McKinney ISD, which is highly rated. And again, they include everything. So if you're gonna get the biggest house they offer, which is like 3,000 square feet, and you're still looking at the most you'll spend is like 486,000. So that's pretty crazy. And that one is 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. It's 3,600 square feet. So you can get way more bang for your buck out here. And again, it's still McKinney. It's just on the other side of McKinney. So I've already told you other things about it, but I wanted y'all to see, and Brightland is building out here as well. But I wanted you to kind of see what it looked like, what you get for this price point. So we're looking at 1-stories are anywhere from 315,000 all the way up to 400,000. And then of course, and then your 2-stories are anywhere from 340,000 up to that 486. They have walking trails and green space. They have a kids splash pad. They have a resort style pool and a playground, and all of that just opened. It's all brand new. So I wanted to show you. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys what MI looks like out in Liliana. It's a beautiful neighborhood, but I've already told you a little bit about it, but I wanted to actually show you one of the models so you can kind of see the build out. So let's go inside. All right, so you first walk in and you've got your office area. It's an open office. And I love how they've laid the floor herringbone. This is actually tile floor. So if that matters to you, the durability is different. And then they do have that secondary down, like I've told you guys so much about. And it has its own private ensuite, bathroom with walk-in closet. And then it has a half bathroom here so that no one has to go into a bedroom. But this has a really cool open concept dining room, and you've got your butler's pantry back here. And then of course you have the closet under the stair storage. And remember, that's the area that if we get a tornado siren going off, that's where you're gonna wanna get. So I know I always point it out, and no, you don't have to be afraid of tornadoes, but it's not if we get them, it's when we get them. But because we get them every year, that doesn't mean that you're gonna get hit by one. I think I've said this in a billion of my videos. I've lived here for 50 years, almost 50 years, and I have never even been close to being in one. So statistically, it's pretty low, but I always like to point out that that's where you would go if one came near you. All right, so let's move forward. Here's the laundry. It's a nice big space. And then of course you've got your open kitchen, dining, breakfast nook essentially, and living. And look at the soaring ceilings. So this is a really pretty area without me making you guys dizzy. And then I did want to show the butler's pantry, which is this. And then they have a walk-in pantry. And so, you know, having all of that space matters. Let's go to the primary. All of these windows make for a great natural light. And then you've got the biggest primary bedroom ever. I mean, that's a king bed with 2 huge nightstands. And it's just a really, really great space. Lots of natural light, vaulted ceilings. And then you've got the primary bathroom, which is got 2 sinks, your soaking tub, and your stand-up shower. So just really great space. And then you've got your walk-in huge closet, which is always nice to have. All right, let's go see what the upstairs looks like. All right, so as we get up the stairs, you see that there's a landing game room, and you've got the 2nd story windows, which is nice. You have just great vaulted ceilings. It's beautiful up here. And then there is an additional media room. It's long and cozy. And then we have split bedrooms. So over here, you're going to have a bathroom that guests can use, and the person staying in this room can use. Has a room for a bed and a desk, so that tells you how big it is. And then let's go over here to the other side of the split bedroom layout. And you've got a huge room with a huge walk-in closet. And then of course, an equally large bathroom. So you're gonna get really great room for your money out here. And Liliana, again, is Prosper ISD. It's new builds. There are several builders here. MI Homes tends to have the best pricing per square foot. So you can ask me more questions if that's something that you desire. So now I'm here at the Dominion at Brook Hollow, and I want you guys to see, let me walk out here on this huge retaining wall without falling. There's not a whole lot out here, okay? And so there will be, look at all the trees behind me. So we're here at Landon, and he is building the whole neighborhood out. You guys know that Landon's a huge builder here. And I just wanted to show you guys, I'm gonna go in. Now, the one thing about the series here that's 600 or below is the garages. There's 2 garages, you know, they're single family homes, but the garage attaches. It's just one wall. It's a 2-hour fire rated wall. So it's actually better than, you know, not having it, but the houses don't touch each other, just the garage. So I wanted y'all to be clear with that, but you are getting a really great space for under 600. So let's go inside. So we do start off with the secondary down here, with a walk-in closet, and then it's got a bathroom with a stand-up shower. It's not an ensuite, so you don't have that privacy, but it's still nice to be there. And then we come around the corner here, and it's the primary. So your primary's up front. which is great. You've got great windows, tall ceilings, lots of room in here. And then of course you have your double sink vanity, large walk-in closet, your soaking tub, and your stand-up shower. And then you have your open, kind of entertainment, family-oriented space with your kitchen. You're gonna have your table right here, and then your living room. And your living room's 2 stories tall. So you do have lots of natural light there. And it's just a really great space. You know, if you're making dinner and your kiddos are doing their homework at the table or watching some TV, you guys can all interact. Or if you have friends over for a glass of wine, you have the laundry here. And again, this is the garage, which is their sales office for right now. So let's go upstairs. So your game room is really big and overlooks your living room. So if you need to yell at the kids, they'll be able to hear you. And you've got great windows. And then your bedrooms are over here. You do have your bathroom here for guests, if you have friends or kiddos over from the neighborhood. And then you've got a really great sized room. Super cute with the sunshine. And then over here, you have another sunshiny room with a walk-in closet. And then this is a really big room, almost a second master. This is a really big room, almost a second primary. And let me show you from this side because it is rather large with a huge walk-in closet. And then you've got the bathroom here with your potty over here, and that's a linen closet. So kind of shows you what you can get for under $600 here at the Dominion and how well it's thought out. So I just think it's better to actually see it than to just see pictures. All right, guys, I'm here at Villages on Main, and we have the most epic storm moving in. I don't know if you can see it or hear the thunder. So, I'm gonna try to hurry and show you guys, but you can do the house hack and live in a townhome as a starter home, let the equity build up, sell it, take your equity and buy your dream home. So let me show you inside. And this is obviously a corner lot. So you've got all the windows and all the natural light, but it's just a really great open concept. Lots of room. And right there is a half bath. And so the pantry's over here, but it's just a beautiful finish out. CB Jenny does such a great job on detail work. You've got your pantry, and then this would be the garage if their salespeople weren't there. Half bath, and then you've got storage. And remember, what do I tell you guys about tornadoes? It's a great place to hide out, and this is the kind of weather that they bring. So we're gonna move through here and then I'm gonna get back home. But I wanna take you guys upstairs. Right now, it looks like the biggest one is 2,300 square feet. It's a pretty big place. It's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. It's at $568. That's already built. So I tell you guys all the time that you're gonna get the best deals off of inventory. All right, so I'm sure they can will and deal on this. And then the lowest one is $453.9. So $454, 2 bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,900 square feet. But again, it's a great little build. You're right close to downtown, really close to what Fields West will be when it's built. This is the game room landing. This will be your laundry. And then here's your primary. It's huge, that's a king. Huge walk-in closet. I love when closets have windows. And then really great sized bathroom. Double vanities, linen closet, water closet, and walk-in shower. All right, let's keep moving on. You've got split bedrooms. The other two are over here, and good sizes, walk-in closets. All right. And then of course, this would be shared by the 2 bathrooms, but it's a really good size. All right, I'm gonna get out of this weather, but I wanted y'all to see firsthand what it looks like for the pricing that I'm telling you. So let's move on. Okay, so our first stop is the Cottages of Salina. I love this neighborhood. It's been around for a little bit. They're still building. And the greatest thing I think about the Cottages of Salina is there's no mud and there's no PID. So if you guys don't know what that is, when neighborhoods develop in cities, the builder can, the developer can add a taxation to help lay the roads, lay the electrical, lay the utilities, like a MUD, a municipal utility district. So I want to show you guys inside because Shattuck has a really great build out and quality. So let's go in our first model, because right here, come on over, you've got your secondary down. And this is a really good size room. That's a queen bed. It's got 2 nightstands. It's got a whole dresser, and look at all the space you still have. You've got great natural light. Now, when you see the fixtures, all of those are upgrades. I've told you guys before, in model homes, which is where we're at, they're going to have the most upgrades. So just know that going into it. The inventory that they have is still really, really nice. And then you can add your own personal touches after you close. So, this has the bathtub, but a lot of the specs have the walk-in shower. So it's kind of nice. And then of course you've got a huge walk-in closet. And then you also have your half bath so that no one has to go into a bathroom if you don't want them to, which is really nice as well. And then one of Shattuck's, what they're known for is this open living. You know, you've got your dining, and all the specs are going to have different floor plans. So you can get with me and I can show you all that are available. But this one's just a really open living concept. And you know, you've got the granite, which the quartz, all of them are gonna come with this type of build out. They're all gonna have gas ranges. They're all gonna have vent hoods. They're gonna have beautiful tile. They're all gonna have really great sinks. They're all gonna have energy efficient appliances, which is really nice. Shattuck is known for being light and bright, and all the windows that they include, and all the windows are energy efficient. So that's one of the things that I really, really love about this builder. Now a lot of them will have a study, and this one's a dedicated study. If it's not a dedicated study, it will also have a closet, and it might not have these French doors, so that way you could use it for a bedroom or a study, but this one's dedicated. So, and that actually was a closet that they turned into a little nook for their printer and all of that. Now these lots are smaller, but you know, you're looking at the mid 500, and we could probably even negotiate some of that down. But to get into Salina, I've told you guys on videos before, Salina is booming right now. It's one of the fastest growing cities in the entire nation. And they're saying that Salina is where Frisco was 20 years ago. And the people that got into Frisco 20 years ago, the amount of equity that they're sitting on, literally insane. In fact, I know people that have moved from Frisco to Salina simply to do it all over again, because they got so much equity on the house in Frisco that they took all their equity out, they bought their dream home here, and then they're gonna wait it out as Salina builds up around them, and they have all that equity again. So 2 times in a lifetime to get that type of equity, it's just a really great financial play. So, and you guys, if you're familiar with any of my videos, know that I feel like there's so much more to just buying a house than finding something you think is pretty. There's so many layers. You can look at the finances of it, the long-term, you know, equity of it, the resale value of it. What's the school zone it's in? What's the rating? What's the traffic around here? Is it, like, I have friends that just put their house on the market because a school was built right in front of their subdivision, and now it takes them, you know, 15, 20 minutes to even turn out of their subdivision because there's no light there. And so they got really frustrated with that stealing time from them and just the congestion. So those are things you need to look at, and, you know, call me because I can help you plan through all of that. Okay, so let's go over here. I'll show you. This right here is their offices, but this is normally gonna be a 2-car garage. And your entry would be over here. I'll show you the backyard. It's not huge, but they actually did something pretty cool out here. One of the things that they did here with the model is they put in an electronic gate. And what that does is it doubles your backyard. So instead of the fence being here and your driveway being on the other side of it, they've enclosed the driveway so that you pull your car in, that closes. And if you have kiddos and they're playing in the yard, everybody's safe and secure. I mean, Frisco was rated the 2nd safest city in the nation by Forbes magazine, and Salina's just the same. So safety-wise, you're safe no matter what, but this just gives you way more playroom, way more, if you wanna plant trees or gardens, you just have a lot more space. So I would definitely get an electronic gate if that's something that you want. Come on. Okay, let's go upstairs. Okay, so this is a typical floor plan that Shattuck builds, where you have a really great space for your game room. And then you have a lot of times the split bedrooms. And so over here, you've got 2 bedrooms that are gonna share this bathroom. And I'll let you guys take a look. And it's got really great space. And of course it's super cute because the designers did it. But this is a huge bedroom for kiddos. And then you've got your walk-in closet. And then this is a huge bedroom. So, and you've got 2 windows, so lots of natural light. You've got Berber carpet. Okay, so follow me over here and you've got your laundry room, which you're gonna be doing the majority of your laundry up here with all of your kiddos. So it's great to have that. And so I'm gonna show you the primary bedroom now. King bed, huge nightstands and dresser, and you still have tons of space. So that's one of the coolest things about this layout is it is a smaller lot, but you're not getting tiny, tiny rooms. So I think it's a low maintenance lifestyle. And then huge walk-in closet, soaking tub, standalone shower, and your double vanities. So I just think you've got everything that you need. Okay, so now we're in the Fields, Brookside South, which is my 2nd favorite neighborhood, and it's the neighborhood I live in. My 1st favorite neighborhood has always been Windsong Ranch, but we are here at Shattuck, and I wanna tell you a little bit about the Fields if you haven't watched my other videos. This is it, this is the place, guys. If you can afford to live in the Fields, right? Shattuck is around $1 million. I can get them to come off that a little bit because I just have sent them so much business. So definitely contact me if you want to live in Brookside South because I can get you a better price. But needless to say, when Fields West goes up, and they're already starting to build it, it's going to be the most amazing suburban urban environment in the entire nation. So I have a list of the stores that have already committed to Fields West, and guys, they're amazing. We've got 7th Avenue, we've got Our House, Bloomies, Claremont, Crate and Barrel, Culinary Dropout, Designs Within Reach, Everything But Water. I mean, there's just so many. Mastro Steakhouse, Kendra Scott, La La Land. If you guys haven't been to a La La Land, it's a lot of fun. It's a little coffee shop. There's just so many. Mexican Sugar, I don't know if it's a Mexican food restaurant and it is so good. Anyway, there are so many more that I'm not even gonna list them off because we would be here for a long time, but the ability to walk over to it or ride your golf cart because we have trails and then just come back to your house. They're calling this a 15-minute city, meaning that you can walk out your front door and get anything you need within 15 minutes. So that's why I'm such a big believer in Brookside South and Brookside North because of the sheer equity. They're calling it a 50-year community, that we won't see this type of equity in this short amount of time within another 50 years. So I'm gonna show you inside. These are all gonna be around, like I said, 900 to 1.1 million. But again, things are negotiable. So let's go inside and let me show you around. Okay, so we have the office. This could also be a bedroom if somebody wanted it to be a bedroom. And in some of the specs that they have left, it is a bedroom. And some of them are just dedicated offices. This one has the primary up front. And so you get a great view of the neighborhood. And then of course, a really great bathroom with double sinks, walk-in closet, soaking tub. I'm not gonna guarantee that it's gonna have a soaking tub. Some of them just have a bigger walk-in shower. Closet space. Oh, let's not forget this bathroom. So this is a bedroom, then that would be the bathroom. Otherwise, that's just your guest bathroom. So, and then you've got the double story in the living, which just makes the space feel bigger. One thing you're gonna give up in the fields in Brookside South is space. These lots are gonna be smaller and the house next to you is going to be closer to you. So you have to decide, am I willing to have a closer neighbor to get the equity that we're gonna get? Because you could live here for 3 to 5 years, take your equity and go buy your dream home. So it doesn't have to be the longest term plan, it could just be a financial plan. But totally decked out, not all of the spec houses that are included in this 4.99% will be as dolled up as this one, just because it is a model, but it shows you what's possible. And I will show you the backyard. I haven't done that on all of these yet, but because this is a smaller lot, I want you to see that you do still have a backyard. But and the extended patio doesn't come with it, but at least you know that if you have kiddos or you have a pet, that you can let them out in the backyard. I'm here. And so laundry's here, and then typically you would go through the laundry to the garage, but that's their offices. All right, let's go upstairs. All right, so we'll go this way first. This is just 2 bedrooms, and they're going to share this bathroom. Bedrooms are gonna be a little bit on the smaller side, simply because this particular model also has a huge media room and a game room. And so the bedrooms took a little bit of a hit on that, but this is a full with nightstands and a dresser. So you can still have some good room. All right, let's go see this game room and media room. So I just think that this is such a great space because you can have your kiddos up here. You have the open media or the open, whatever you want it to be. But I like it because you can have a game playing on the television. The kiddos can be playing pool or ping pong, and it's just this space that you can kind of flow back and forth. And it just gives you a lot of creativity space of whatever you want it to be. But yet you still have this open feeling down into the living room.
We are finally here at the master planned amazing community of Mosaic. We are in Salina, but let me remind you that this feeds into Prosper ISD. Salina ISD is amazing. It is top tiered, A rating, and Prosper has an A+ rating. Now Salina is going to catch up to that, don't worry. It's simply because it's a small community. As all of these master plan subdivisions are built, that A rating is going to pop up to A+, but don't be deceived. Salina ISD is still epic in proportion to the nation. But Prosper ISD is kind of that really sought after, and Mosaic is one of the last brand new subdivisions that's going to feed into Prosper ISD. And so you're going to be hearing a little bit of construction noise because they are working feverishly to put in the pool and the lazy river. If you guys don't know about Windsong Ranch in Prosper, it's one of my most favorite subdivisions, but the same developer is doing Mosaic. And so the amenities are going to be very similar. You're going to have hiking trails, biking trails. You're going to have ponds like this one, catch and release. You're going to have pools and parks and all the things that you would want to do in a community. And it's all very close to all of the houses because it's spread all the way through the community. So you are going to have the best of the best. Now, you're super close to the Legacy Street. Now, Legacy goes all the way through down to Frisco. So it's a straight shot. It's brand new up here, that Legacy Street. And then you're really just a rock's throw to the Dallas North Tollway. So Mosaic is gonna get you anywhere fast because of its positioning within Salina. We are in the southwest quadrant of Salina, right on that Prosper border. And don't forget that Fields West is right on the south part of Prosper, where Prosper meets Frisco. And that is going to be the epicenter of Frisco once it's built. So you're gonna have a straight shot to that, maybe take you 10 minutes to get there, and you'll be able to enjoy all the restaurants, hotels, outdoor amphitheaters, the nightlife, the twinkle lights, the coffee, all the things that are going on to Fields West, you're gonna have direct access to. It's such a great area to be in Salina. And going back to Windsong Ranch, because it is the same developer, Windsong Ranch is expensive to get into now. And so Mosaic is an option that you can get in cheaper, 500 to 1.2, 1.3 million. I'm gonna show you all of it. I'm gonna show you the lower end, I'm gonna show you the highest end, so you can kind of see the difference between the two. But if you're looking to get into an amenity-rich master plan subdivision, Mosaic could just be the one for you. Okay, we're gonna start with Highland, the 70-foot lots, because I love Highland. We're also gonna go into Traditions because beyond Britain, everybody knows Britain's my favorite builder. Traditions would come second, and then Highland's one of my favorites, and then I love Shattuck too, but I am gonna show you Highlands on the 70-foot lots and then Traditions. So let's start out and go in. So it starts out with an entry that's got the herringbone wooden floors, and obviously that's an upgrade to get it laid in the herringbone pattern. But we've got a beautiful coffered ceiling, office with the most amazing windows. And I just love how high the ceilings are in here. And remember, I tell you guys all the time that the builders and models are gonna have all the upgrades possible. So just know that that's a thing, and those base prices get more and more expensive as you add things on. So here's a little hallway. You've got your laundry room that's big enough for the oversized washer, dryer, and fridge and sink, plus all of your cabinetry. You've got your mud room. This would normally be a garage, but it's their office for right now. And then over here, you have kind of this bedroom tucked away, which is nice, and it's got its own little way to get out here. And then here is a full bathroom with a step-in shower, which is really nice if you've got parents or somebody that you don't want climbing over a bathtub. And then let's go to the living room. So you've got your half bathroom here for your guests. And again, that woodwork, the wallpaper, all of that is upgrade. You've got a linen closet and a coat closet. Okay, look at this storage. So many builders are now taking advantage of under the stairs storage. And I know we've talked about tornadoes, and that's always a big question from all of my relocation clients. Yes, we have tornadoes, and this is a great example of where you can go if you hear the sirens go off. Right here, okay? But just know that, gosh, I've lived here almost 50 years now, and I have never actually been in a tornado. So it's rare, and just like earthquakes or any of the other natural disasters that we get, it's very rare statistically you're gonna get hit by a tornado, so don't worry. All right, moving on, we've got a media room on the first floor. I have fallen in love with this type of feature because it's really nice to have a media room down here. When it's upstairs, a lot of times you don't end up using it and it just sits there. And so people are starting to realize that having this entertainment space close to the kitchen where everyone tends to gather is more user-friendly when it comes to space. And so I always like it when I see a media room down. Now look at this and how amazing this space is. Look at the ceilings. To be perfectly honest, this is not super wide, but it feels huge because of how high the ceilings are and how light and bright the space is. And this whole setup is becoming a lot more popular with the kitchen and then the dining room right here, so that there's not really a formal dining room anymore. It's just kind of stacked. And so you get that real great entertainment space. And then these doors open, so to the outside. And a lot of people are putting in the screens on their back porches where the screens come down and enclose the back porch. We get mosquitoes, we get bugs in the spring and the fall, and so it's just really nice to have that screen. And then you can keep these doors open and have the nice fresh air without the bugs. So, but you can see all of the space in here. You've got your double oven with your microwave. You've got cabinets galore. And I just think that this is amazing. You've got your built-in desk, your pantry's back here, and it's a large pantry. You've got the most amazing island. And I just think most builders are gonna give you the gas stove top. You've got your water feature and then your vent-a-hood that is vented out. You've got all of these built-ins, those are considered upgrades. So just know that you get the choice of having that or not. And then of course you've got such great lighting to your backyard. Let's move our way back to the living room. Beautiful tile all the way up. And of course you've got the beams in the ceiling. You've got your gas fireplace that you can literally just turn on and off in your built-ins. Great fireplace outside with your sitting area. And then going into the primary bathroom, you do have a half bath right here, which is nice to have, especially if you put a pool out here. Then people can use this door to this half bath to go to the bathroom without getting water everywhere. So this room is huge, and it's got the pretty chandelier, but you have a king bed, huge nightstands, an entire couch with your ottoman. And then you also have your credenza over there. And so, is that a credenza? I don't know. We'll call it a credenza. So then you're walking into your spa luxury bathroom. This shower has 2 entrances. I call it a car wash because you can go in one and go zzz, and you come out the other side. But you have your soaking tub, which is amazing. And then look at this. Holy cow. Gosh, you can't get prettier than this. And all the cabinet space, all of the ability to sit down for somebody to put their makeup on, all the mirrors, the lights. And then look at this. What? I can go all the way through and get this huge closet. And one thing we're doing here is we're putting in 3rd rows. Way up there. You need the hooks, the little hooks where you can do it. But people are putting up their jackets, even like Christmas wreaths. If you don't know where to put them and you don't want them to get ruined, you can hang them up there. All kinds of fun storage. So just know that you're going to have to get a hook. That's what I do at my house. But at least you have that 3rd row option. All right, let's go upstairs. Again, all of this woodwork is upgraded. But again, stunningly done. So you can have the builder do that. Like, look at all the woodwork in the entry here. Or you can do it after you close on the home, and we can give you referrals for that. But this is an amazing vaulted ceiling game room with a bench seat and beautiful windows. It overlooks the downstairs living. They've put in a candy bar. And then on this side, you have a bedroom. Very great sized. You have a queen bed with 2 really large nightstands, and then it's got its own ensuite bathroom. Beautifully done. So that this room has the privacy of its own bathroom. And then you've got the split bedrooms, because if you come over here, you have this bedroom with cute stripes. You do have a half bath here, and that's going to be for people coming up to use the game room. And then you have, they've done this as a workout room, but it's actually a bedroom. And it's got its own ensuite bathroom as well. Okay, so now we're here at Traditions, and I've already told you how much I love Traditions, and so we're going to go inside. Their model floor plan, it's actually their biggest floor plan. Models tend to be the favorites because people get to see them and see them decorated and furnished, and so I'm going to go in. This is going to be their most expensive. We're looking at right at 1.2 on the model, but they go as low as the high 900s. But once everything is said and done, with your lot and all the design and the upgrades that you're going to want, you're still going to probably end up over $1 million here in Mosaic with Traditions. And they are currently just starting phase 2. And I've talked to you guys about phases, like phase 1 versus phase 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and all those things. And buying as close to phase 1 as possible is going to get you the better equity. So like right now, people that bought in phase 1, they're still building right out there the pool and the lazy river. And so everybody that lives here they don't have those amenities yet. But they're gaining all this equity because they were the first ones to get into the neighborhood. So there's pros and cons to buying in phase one and phase two. But the pro is how much equity you're going to earn by the time the subdivision is done. So remember, like, let's say you buy this house in phase one and maybe you spend 1.1 million. In phase 3, 4, or 5, the same floor plan, this exact same house won't start at 1.1 anymore. It'll start above that. So you'll have that instant equity because you will have bought in at a lower price. So I'm going to turn you around because this home is amazing. And I love how open this walkway is. And you come straight into an office with beautiful windows. I think it's super important to have windows in your office. They do have the speakers in the ceiling to play your full home automation with music. And then going to this side, we are again talking about a secondary bedroom down. And that's a very popular thing because people have family that come into town, parents that don't want to climb stairs, but it's really nice to have a secondary bedroom down, and it's got its own ensuite, which is really great, and a step down shower like the other one, making it really easy to step in and out of. And again, we are seeing a downstairs media room, super popular these days, and I feel you're going to use it more than one that's upstairs. You have a beautiful staircase that we will go up in just a second. We're going to have that same under the stairs storage, which goes all the way around, which is really nice to have. Solid core doors. And then look at this. How beautiful is this? Light, bright, open. And so you have a huge kitchen. I love that you can put chairs on the side too. A lot of islands you just see that you can put them here, but you can cap these so you can get extra people in there. You've got a beautiful breakfast nook. There's just something about round tables that allow you to communicate better. But look at the windows, completely encasing this breakfast nook. And then you've got the floor to ceiling stone, which is going to be an upgrade, but it's beautiful. That's Austin stone. And then the coffered ceilings. But it's just a great space. You've got, I love the fireplace with the hearth, so you can sit down on it. Double ovens, and this has a little nook over here for just prep and coffee bar and storage, and you've got your pantry, walk-in pantry, which is really nice to have. So you do have your gas stovetop. You can do any type of sink you want. It doesn't have to be a farm sink. If you like that or you don't like it, you can choose. And then let's move over to the primary. And this wall opens, like I showed you guys on the last one. It goes all the way down, and this whole wall opens up. And then, of course, you can get your screens that come down out there and make this all an indoor-outdoor space. And these are 70-foot lots. Tradition's only building on 70-foot lots out here, but their detail is unbelievable. It's just stunning. The way that they build, that's why I'm such a lover of Traditions, because I feel like they really detail their houses out well. And then, of course, you've got vanity 1, vanity 2. You've got a soaker tub, which is unbelievable. And then, of course, you've got this wet area, which is nice to have when you get out of the shower. And you've got multiple shower heads. You've got your potty room, a water closet, and then, of course, always have your amazing, huge closet. This is cool because it does have a door into the laundry room, which makes doing laundry and putting it up really epically easy. And that's an added touch that puts you back here close to what would be the garage, 3-car garage, but they use it obviously as their offices. You've got your mud area, and then you've got your half bath for any of your guests. And of course, you get to pick everything out if you build. Now, I've told you guys before that they do have spec houses. All these builders are going to have spec houses, and you're going to get the best price on a spec because once they already have it built, they're going to start incentivizing people to buy. So if you build, you're going to pay the most because you get to choose the lot, you get to choose the floor plan, you get to choose all the design. And so it's undeniably yours. If you get a spec that's already done or you don't have time to build, then you don't get to pick any of that out, but you're going to get a better price. So just remember all of that. But let's go upstairs. All right, this is really pretty. It's a very open area, and you've got this great wide landing. Let's go over here first. So this is going to be just a linen closet or storage closet, and then your half bath for your game room. Going straight across, you're going to have your first upstairs bedroom, and it's going to have its own private bathroom. And of course, it's a huge size, light and bright. Model homes always have the best designers. Okay, and then this overlooks the staircase, which is nice, and the entry. Then you've got 2 bedrooms over here. You've got a private ensuite with a stand-up shower. And then a beautiful room with great windows. And then this bathroom and bedroom. So that all of the bedrooms up here have their own private bathrooms. I did not have a private bathroom growing up as a kid, so that would have been amazing. And this is super cute, really well sized and well proportioned. Something I will say as I walk down the stairs and try not to fall is when you're looking at a master plan, especially in places like Salina, where the infrastructure is growing by leaps and bounds, get with me. Reach out to me and let me go with you because there's lots of things to think about. For example, because Salina is growing so much right now, you don't really know 100% what everything's going to be. So looking at a master plan, you don't necessarily want to get on the edges. Like the houses that back up to the streets, the ones that are on the edge of the whole master plan, you don't know what's going to be across that street or if that street's going to widen and more traffic's going to appear. What if it turns into a highway? Like, you need to know the development of a city that's growing like Salina's growing in order to not have future problems selling your home. So let's say you buy a beautiful house out here and it's on the edge and then they put in a massive highway. They're not going to, but you need to be with a realtor that knows the area because you don't want your property value to go down in 5 years simply because there's a major road out there now. So I will always look at all of those parameters for you. But that being said, let me go show you one of the smaller homes in the neighborhood and that price point. We are at Highland on the 40-foot lots. These are going to be in the high 500s, but I wanted to show you guys the difference in size so that you kind of know what you're getting on that lower end of Mosaic. So let's go in, and you're going to see that it's just slightly thinner because it's a 40-foot lot versus a 70-foot lot. So as you can see, it's got a beautiful layout, beautiful build out, but it's just thinner. Like from wall to wall, it's not as wide, but you still have your dining, a great little kitchen with lots of cabinetry, lots of storage, and your living room. And so this is a great little starter home if you want to get into Mosaic and Prosper Schools for that high 500s. And of course, it depends on your build out and the design choices. That's the laundry. This is your primary, and it's beautiful. It's got the wood on the ceilings. Again, that's an upgrade, but it is a very large primary room. Let me remind you guys about house hacking.
So this may not be your dream house, and being on a 40-foot lot may not be your dream, but what you can do in an up-and-coming development area is you can buy something that fits your price range, like the high 500s. Live in it 5 years. Let the equity grow up around you as the neighborhood finishes out and Salina grows. Then take that equity, use it as your down payment for your dream home. What's cool about that is you didn't actually earn those dollars. You didn't have to go to work every day and save up in a savings account that money. It is naturally occurring equity. So it is a great house hack to know that it is a stepping stone. So again, you may not want to live on a 40-foot lot, but if you can get into Mosaic for the high 500s and living in this size home fits your family, it's a great way to eventually get into your dream home. So let's go back to the primary bedroom, primary bath. You've got your soaking tub, you've got your step down shower, you've got both your dual vanity, and then you do have a great walk-in closet. So now you do have a secondary bedroom down with its own bathroom. And again, it's got the step down, which is easy for maybe aging parents, somebody that doesn't want to step over a tub to get into the shower. And then anyone in this room doesn't have to climb the stairs, which is always really nice for anyone coming to visit. All right, let's go upstairs. And you can see the backyard. It's not huge, but it's big enough for pets and, kiddos to play. And here is going to be your garage, but right now it's their offices, the sales people. And up here, we're going to come up on a landing, which is cozy and nice, and it overlooks the living. And then you do have a media room, which is really nice to have, so your kiddos can be watching or playing video games and not disturbing you downstairs. And then we're gonna walk down this hallway, and this also looks over, which is nice. You've got this bedroom, which is a really good size. This bathroom is shared, and one thing that's really great is it does have the double vanities or the double sinks, but it does have this door right here. And so if somebody's taking a shower or going to the bathroom, somebody else can still be here getting ready. So I really like that. And then you've got a really cute, great sized room here with the vaulted ceilings. So it is a great option if you want to get into Mosaic at a lower price point and then use your equity long term.
Now I'm here at Legacy Hills, and I don't know if you guys ever saw my original video on Legacy Hills, but nothing was out here. But Legacy Hills is the biggest master planned community that Salina has in development right now. There are going to be 3,000 houses out here. And what's cool about it is they're also gonna have a golf course, and the country club is going to be called 1876. And Del Webb's out here, so 55 plus, and they're going to have houses close to the golf course. And then this is going to be like a city in and of itself, even though it's in Salina. And it feels really far out here, so you can see that there's just lots of land way out there. And they're just now building out here, but Pulte is here, and they are from $450 to like $650. Which is an incredible price for a home right now. But pros and cons. The pro of being out here is they're in phase one. You're gonna get way more bang for your buck because it is in North Salina, and the toll road's not built yet. But when the toll road is built, which they're building it as we speak, it's gonna come right alongside Legacy Hills. So it feels really far out here right now. It took me about 20 minutes to get here from Frisco, so 20 minutes more north. But there's 6 phases, 3,000 houses. They're gonna have a couple of fire stations. They're gonna have schools. They're gonna have grocery stores, everything that you would really need to be with almost like your own little city, but in Salina. So you would get so much equity if you're in this for the long haul, meaning, 5 to 10 years, and watch Salina grow up around you. But you're gonna drive for a minute to get out here for now until that Dallas North Tollway is built. So I wanted to kind of give you the pros and cons to that. You're gonna feel like you're in the middle of nowhere, seriously. But you're gonna love your equity in 5 to 10 years because it's gonna be off the charts. So anyway, I'm going to take you in to, this is Pulte's biggest model, and it's going to be in that, 650 range. And I just wanted to get you guys to check it out. So let's go inside. So you've got your dining room here, staircase. We're going to have the initial secondary bedroom down like we see with a lot of the builders. And then you've got a bathroom here that would be for that bedroom. Got a really pretty table there with the columns. And then this just opens up to a really great, huge island kitchen with a great amount of cabinets. You've got your gas stove top. You've got a great area over there for your dining room. So this is a little more segmented than what I showed you earlier, which is kind of nice. It gives you a little bit, just more sectioning. And then you're going to come into the primary. And we've got just a huge space and beautiful windows. You got the seaweed and great little bathroom, double sinks, and then of course your walk-in closet. It goes around the corner, which is nice. All right, people just came in, so I'm gonna take you upstairs. So you walk into a really huge game room and great windows. And then you've got a little step down here to lead you into the media room. And then you've got split bedrooms here, which is kind of nice. So you've got a bathroom that goes with this bedroom. Super cute. Great windows. And then you go around here and you've got this bathroom, and it goes through to that bathroom. So it's a Jack and Jill with this bedroom. And I don't know if you guys know this, but a true Jack and Jill has their own sink area and then have their own sink area again. So you just go through, okay? Which is nice because somebody can be brushing their teeth and getting ready while somebody else is showering and there's a door. And then you've got your last bedroom that's super cute. And all of these bedrooms are really, really large sizes. So this is a great fit for a big family. And one thing I didn't tell you about Legacy Hills is they're gonna have 7 amenity centers, multiple pools. And you can access 6 of those 7 amenity centers. That last one will be specific to Del Webb, which is the 55 plus community. And that will only be for Del Webb. But you will have no lack of pools and no lack of amenity centers, walking trails, you name it, pickleball, tennis courts, all the things. You're gonna have it right here. So I'm here at Windsong Ranch, and I have made no secret about the fact that this is one of my favorite master planned communities. It's really the first of its kind when it came to the metroplex because it premiered a 5-acre crystal sand beach lagoon that is just for the residents here. The entry point you can get into Windsong probably in the high 700s, and you may think that that is expensive, but if you think about the fact that you could have a lagoon, a sandy beach lagoon in your backyard, then it gets a lot more realistic. So I'm going to show you so many things in Windsong, including one of the model homes that is one of my favorite builders. But apart from the fact that this is over 2,000 acres, it offers resort-style luxury living. But what really makes this community stand out is how amazing it's been developed and how well it has grown. And so you can see the beauty of all of the walking ways, and they have amenity centers. This is one of the newest right here. And if you just look, like even right there, there's a little sitting area that you can just with Adirondacks, and there's walking trails that people are constantly walking on and biking on. And so it's just a beautiful subdivision. Now, as we walk over to some of the builders, I kind of wanted to talk to you about getting into this neighborhood. First of all, it's got a great community mindset. And You're going to see golf carts. It's definitely a golf cart community. People will literally take their golf carts up to Home Depot. I've seen a guy driving his golf cart back to his house with lumber sticking out the back of it. And so it's just really family oriented, and they'll have golf cart parades. They have pickleball courts and tennis courts, and they have picnic tables throughout the entire community. They have multiple pools, multiple amenity centers, and the lowest price for new construction here is probably Bloomfield Homes, which is going to be in the 700s. And you've got Southgate, which I actually have people building with Southgate right now over in Painted Tree. Just really great builders. I'm going to take you into Traditions. They're one of my favorite builders. I've had multiple clients build with them. They just build a phenomenal luxury home. You're looking at the low millions when we walk into Traditions. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys the outside of Tradition. This is on one of their smaller lots, but the inside of this Tradition home is one of my favorites because of the layout. So let me take you inside. So this is the office. It has the French doors for privacy. And then of course you go across to that secondary down that I always talk about that's super popular here for guests and family members. And again, you have the walk-in shower, which makes it really easy for, senior parents to be able to get in there. And one thing about this house is it's not necessarily a full 2-story. It's kind of a 1.5. So you can go up these stairs and it's just a game room up there. And you can add a bedroom and additional bathroom if you want. But this particular model doesn't have that. But I do love how wide the hall is. And these beams, those are an upgrade. You can see them. And then this is a 1-story. So here's another bedroom with its ensuite bathroom. And these rooms are really large, very spacious. And then of course you have a half back here for guests. And then this is the kitchen. Beautiful things about the kitchen is all the cabinetry. And so a huge island. It's just stunning though. And you're never gonna run out of space. And then you've got your beverage fridge here, this additional entertaining bar. And then this is my favorite part. So this is the living room, okay? But this is the hearth room. And it's just a great place to be able to sit, and you can move your table over here if you'd like, but this is just a really great place to sit and have a glass of wine and enjoy the fire. But you can't beat this setup. It's beautiful. So let's go to the primary. And then this is a huge primary bedroom. You know, when you have a 4-poster bed with chairs and your dresser plus plenty of room, that it's a big room. And then of course, this bathroom's huge, big enough to have one of those big round tuffets that you can sit on, soaking tub. The closet goes all the way through. And then of course, you've got your huge shower. Now this is the laundry, and in a normal house, there would be another door here, but they have walled that off because that's where their offices are on the other side. Super confusing to me. Why would they put a utility room in the primary with no door out to where everybody else can use it? So that's why the door should be there. And again, this has one of my favorite features that I've already told you guys about, is having, it's really loud in there. This is the media room next to the living room. And I just think that's a really great idea because so many of my clients don't use their media rooms when they're on the second floor. And so look how big and convenient this is. And of course, they've got beautiful woodwork. And then this would be your garage, a 3-car garage and entry. And that's where that utility room door would be if it was there. So stunning, stunning. This would be a 1-story option, actually 1.5. And you can, again, like I said, get an extra bedroom and bathroom upstairs. But I just wanted to show you guys how well Traditions builds and how their their layouts are really, really beautiful. Okay, now we're in Rock Hill, and Rock Hill is probably the most northwestern new subdivision that I know of here. So it's right south of 380 and west of 423, but they do have new construction. Right now, you could probably get in for 960 to right at $1 million. And they're beautiful, huge homes. In fact, Shattuck is building here, which is right behind me. I'm going to take you in there, and you're super close to the PGA, and you're just on the far northwest corner. So I think it might take you a little bit longer to get to the highway from here, which would be probably the only drawback if you need to get to a highway super fast. But if you are working in Dallas, Rock Hill is probably going to add on a good 10 minutes to the drive just to get you to a highway because it is so far into Frisco. But let's go into Shattuck and check out their model home. All right, so we've got this office. Now, this probably could be a bedroom or an office. Right now, it's set up for the sales people to sell homes out of this. And then you guys all know that one of my favorite features is to have a media room on the first floor. And it's not super common to get that, but Shattuck's offering it. And then, of course, you've got your secondary bedroom down in the front of the house. And then it's got its own bathroom, and this would also service your guests. All right, so we come into the living room and kitchen, which is stunning. And you've got a large island. It's light, it's bright, it's got amazing windows, and they're solid panel windows. If you notice, there are no bars across them, and you've got a great amount of storage and cabinetry. You've got natural light in the kitchen. You've got your double oven, and then you've got your living room. You've got built-ins here, which I'm sure is an upgrade, but look at the vaulted ceilings. It's just beautiful. And then if we walk over here and I slowly turn you guys around, you can see that it looks over, and it's a great family eating, dining, watching TV space. Going to the primary. Oh, I love those windows up there. It just adds a little bit more natural light. This is a really, really nice sized primary. You've got the bench seat here. Beautiful. Vaulted ceilings. If you even wanted to add one of those cedar beams for texture, you could. Walking into the primary bathroom, you've got your soaking tub. You've got your step-in shower, which is always nice to have. And then you have 2 full vanities, his and hers. You've got your potty room, and then in here, it's the closet, which is really large, and it also has that entry into the utility room that's always really nice to have. So you walk through here, you can shut that door if you want privacy. That goes out to the garage. You've got your little mud area. You've got an extra little linen closet. And then this puts you back out by the kitchen. So it was just one big turnaround. And then let's go upstairs. And of course, this is nice and open, still very light and bright. Okay. And I want to point out, like, the woodwork on this wall, that's all going to be an upgrade. Wood floors upstairs is going to be an upgrade. But you've got a great little bathroom here. Got your first bedroom with walk-in closet and 2 windows, which is nice. You have your lookover, which just brings in more light for upstairs. And then this bedroom has its own bathroom. So you can see. Now, this is not a true Jack and Jill. A true Jack and Jill has separate vanities for each bedroom, but it does go through. See how it goes through to this other bedroom? It's a shared bath. A Jack and Jill will have 2 independent vanities, 1 for each bedroom. A really great setup for a family to share and to have multiple bathrooms upstairs. And Rock Hill is just a really great community that I wanted to point out to you guys, that you can get into under $1 million and have a very large, well-appointed home. It's so windy today, but Brookside South and Brookside North, namely the Fields, is my favorite neighborhood. Obviously, because of the equity and the value that goes into buying a home here. I personally bought here, and I'm actually going to take you in to one of the models in Britain, and I'm going to show it to you, but I'm also going to talk to you guys about why I think it's the best place to buy right now. So let's go inside. Okay, so I've highlighted this house before. It's built by Britain. It's on a 60-foot lot. And it's just stunning the way that it's been designed. And I know I've said it throughout the video, but remember that all of these upgrades are normal for model homes, but it just adds dollars to your bottom line. So you're going to see all the beautiful things, but that doesn't mean that the home comes with it naturally. But a few things that I love is this office and all of the woodwork and just how beautiful it is. I love the 2-story windows. I also love the herringbone on the floor, how they laid the entryway. Now we have the secondary down, which we see a lot of, which a lot of people want for their family members or their aging parents. And it's got a beautiful ensuite bathroom. And one thing I love that Britain decided to do was this arch that you see. Look, it matches the entry arch in here. And I just think that is a really great detail that some people might miss, but and it's just beautiful in here. So I wanted to just show you guys the vaulted ceilings and the entertainment space where you have your kitchen, your dining, and your living all in one. Those collapse all the way down. And then I don't know if you can see out there, but there's a screen, and that screen comes all the way down, and it makes it to where you don't get the bugs, because we have mosquitoes and bugs in the summertime. And if you want that indoor outdoor entertainment where you're grilling and maybe you have a TV on, you don't want bugs. And during the spring and the fall's the best time to do it, because you're going to get that cooler air and you get natural air coming inside. So but before we move on, I wanted to show or kind of tell you guys about the Fields. If you've watched any of my other videos, the Fields is the newest, biggest community in Frisco, and it's connected to something called Fields West, and it has not been built yet. So you're probably going to see it pop up on the screen, but it is an amazing mixed use. So it's going to be businesses, it's going to be restaurants and high-end shopping, and it's going to have a chain of lakes and an outdoor amphitheater, and it's basically going to have everything that you would need. We're going to be able to walk there from Brookside South and Brookside North. And so everyone who's buying right now, before it's built, their equity is going to shoot up because it's going to be the epicenter of Frisco once it's built. And they're calling this a 15-minute community, meaning that you can literally walk and within 15 minutes get anything that you needed, so that you don't even have to get into your car. And that's really what Frisco wanted for this community. We're also connected to the PGA, and you'll be able to take a golf cart to the PGA, or you'll take a golf cart to Fields West. So it has got a luxury lifestyle. It's got a lifestyle director on staff that does events for everyone. We just did a petting zoo and an Easter egg hunt and face painting here in the community for all the kiddos and the families. And so it's just, we have events like that all the time, and you really get to know your neighbors. And so there's a lot of value there. And the HOA is really great in doing those events. So I wholly believe that somebody that spends $1 million in the Fields in the next 3 to 5 years probably is going to see 1.5, 1.6 return on your investment. And not even talking about the long term, and not even talking about how much you're going to enjoy living here once Fields West is built. So that you're in suburbia, you walk to urban, have your fix of urban, and then you walk right back to your suburbia lifestyle. It's just rare to get this type of large scale suburban urban feel, and that's why it's being sought after so much. And the houses are literally flying off
the market here. But Britain is definitely my favorite builder here in the Brookside South End. I just love their build process. I love their customer service, and I love their long-term warranty. So I'm going to finish showing you the house now. So you've got the waterfall edge here. You've got upgraded appliances, stovetop. You've got your built-in fridge here, which is always nice to have. And then let's go to the primary bedroom. And what is really cool about this is you also have a door here if you don't want to slide open that entire wall. And we have a really pretty half bath with a floating counter. And then here is your primary with the vaulted ceilings, with the woodwork. Again, that's an upgrade, but you've got lots of space. They did a really great job in giving space. And then here is your beautiful and huge primary bathroom. You've got his and her sinks. You've got a standing tub, a huge walk-in shower. And then one of the greatest things is you've got a his and a hers closet. You don't have to share. So there's so many great aspects to this particular home. All right, let's go upstairs. And as we go upstairs, I know that I've talked to you guys about the build process. If you build from the ground up, it's going to cost you the most money, which is totally fine. You get to pick everything out. If you buy when it's already built, you're going to get a lot more negotiation on that price. So depending on your budget, let me know, because I know all the builders and can help negotiate those pricings for you if you're wanting to buy something already built. But let's go this way. This is its own bedroom bathroom. Great for maybe a teenager or a kid that's home from college, but it has such great room. This room is huge, and I love the window seats. And then, of course, it's got its own little private ensuite bathroom. Okay, so going back to the other side, remember this is on its own private side, which is fun. It almost feels like a little apartment. We're going to go down and back up the stairs. And then you walk into the game room and open media room. And I have fallen in love with this idea because most media rooms are closed. But I really like this because you can be playing out here. Maybe you've got ping pong or you've got a poker table or what have you. And you can still watch TV or watch the game and have that floating space of in and out of the media, which just seems like a really great idea. And then this way, you have separate bedrooms. So all the bedrooms up here are very separated and private. So you have its own bathroom here. And then its bedroom, which is really well proportioned and a good size. And then when you go all the way across over here, this bedroom doesn't have an ensuite bathroom, but its bathroom is right here, and it's going to share it with guests that come up here. But this is fun because it's got a step down, and then this bedroom is the biggest bedroom. And just a really great space. Now, if you think Brookside South is great, let me take you over to Brookside North and show you what that looks like. Okay, so now I'm here at Brookside North, and I'm really excited because I have not toured this model home. It just opened. You guys are gonna have the first peek at how pretty this is in here. I've shown you guys that one in my last video. This is Landon. Landon is the only one building in Brookside North, and they have 50-foot lots, 60-foot lots, and 70-foot lots. A lot of the 70-foot lots are going to back up to water or views, like green belty, views. So let's go inside and let me show you. It's stunning. So you can see just the dramatic entry and how beautiful it is. And I've already pointed out herringbone entries and how it just adds to the design. And of course, this would be the garage, but right now it's Landon's offices. You've got, look at that. Who needs 2 washers and 2 dryers? That is a perk here. Oh, sneak peek to the master closet. All right, let's move into here. One thing they're doing that you don't get to see all the time is they're putting in a pool out there. So we'll go out there in just a second. Look how stunning this is. And remember, I've told you guys, a lot of this is standard with Landon. Like, do you see the backlighting in the ceiling? That's standard. The electronic shades are standard. So you've got this wet bar and beverage center. You've got an entire little wine room in there. One thing I love that they did is this floating hearth. And then, of course, they took it all the way to the ceiling. So just a really pretty design, really thoughtful layout. I love it when the refrigerator matches the cabinetry. And this has a regular kitchen and then also has a prep kitchen. How beautiful is this? So you can get messy back here and nobody's going to see your mess. Second refrigerator. And then look at this unbelievable walk-in pantry. Guys, they have spared no expense with this model and it's beautiful. It's $2 million above, but you're getting all of this and you're buying in the fields. So we turn around, show you the hearth room. Now you can do a breakfast nook here, but this is really great for drinking your morning coffee or having a glass of wine at night. And then I have told you guys that one of the things that you give up in the fields is a lot of space, a lot of land. I'm going to take you out here because one thing you don't see very often is builders adding a pool. They're adding a pool to this model so that you can see what it looks like. But look at this. So you've got a really big patio. And then you've got the kitchen. Then you've got a pool with a lot of space left over. And it looks even bigger because you've got the wrought iron out there and then you've got the chain of lakes. Now there's not a lot of water out there, but there will be because they're going to fill that up. And so you're going to have the greatest view. And obviously there will be houses out there as well. And then right over there is where Fields West is going to be. And you're literally going to be able to walk or drive your golf cart over there and get anything that you would need. And so I wanted to show you guys what the 70-foot lot looks like. And especially with the view. Now you're going to pay a premium for that, but long term, I think it's worth it because the equity built on houses that have views is even better. So let's go back inside because it's really windy. So before we go into the primary, I'm going to take you down this hall. This is a half bath so that your guests down here have a place to go potty. And then you have the stairs that come down here. So we came in over there, in the front stairs. But if you're coming downstairs, you can just take this little back entrance to go to the kitchen or to go to the secondary bedroom. This is the secondary bedroom down. Great for guests or senior parents. And it's got its own ensuite bathroom. And remember, this is really cool because it's a step down. It's very easy for parents to get in and out of the shower. And you've got your mud wall that leads out to the 2-car garage. All right, let's go find the primary bedroom. Oh, wow, it's so pretty. All right, so here it is. It's stunning and it's so big. So you've got the woodwork up there, which is not standard, but the backlighting. You never know where I'm pointing on these. The backlighting is standard and those electronic shades throughout the entire house are standard. So let's come this way. And then you can see the room from this vantage point. And then bathroom. It has his and hers sinks with a soaking tub. And then look at this. How cool is that? You can put your makeup on over here. I mean, women put that in their closets because they never have room for it. And it's built in here.
And then of course you've got a huge shower. All right, let's go into the primary closet, which is huge. So much space. And then of course I showed you guys the peek around to the laundry. All right, let's go upstairs. Look at the views from up here. I mean, you can just see forever. Granted, there will be houses out there, but it's still a really great view. And then of course the view from up here downstairs. So you've got a office niche for school kids, or second office if you need two. There's one downstairs as well. And then you've got this great game room connected to a media room. And then you've got an actual balcony, which is going to be fun because that lake out there. You'll be able to watch everybody walking and biking. And then I always love when media rooms have windows because you can use it for whatever you want. Now, this couch is amazing. It is custom fit in here, but if you don't want to use this as a media room, you have windows and you can make it whatever you want. But if you want it as a media room, you just get the blackout shades. So it's very flexible. That's why I love when media rooms have windows. All right, let's go find the bedrooms. All right, here's our first. We've got bathroom, closet, really good sized closet. Oh, and then we've got the pink room. How cute is this? This is a super large room. So this does not necessarily have its own private bathroom, but it would share with the people that were up here playing games. And then let's go in this first one. It does have its own private bathroom. This is a good size too. We've got 2 windows. And then bathroom. Another really good sized room. It seems that these are the same size. They're almost mirror imaged. So it's a good size bathroom with a walk-in shower.
Okay, I wanted to pop back in here because I'm about to show you J. Anthony custom homes, and they're amazing. But in this video, I show you a house that's over $7 million with a $300,000 pool. So just remember as you watch this that it's got every upgrade imaginable. So I say in the video that you can build that house at 1/4 of the cost in Salina, Texas, because you can get a J. Anthony custom home on a 1/2 acre to an acre starting at 1.6, 1.7 and going all the way up depending on what you add to it. So I don't want any misconception that you can get in on the cheap with J. Anthony because it is a custom build, it is stunning, but it's in Salina that you can get a much better price point compared to the model that's over $7 million in Lucas, Texas. So here we go.
You can get this house for literally 1/4 of the price. A $7 million house. This is an infinity bathtub. The natural light in and of itself, the luxury of this home. It's probably one of the coolest features I've seen. They have a wine wall. You see there's no drain. Looks like a normal bookshelf. Oh, there we go. There were a lot of people that made a lot of comments about this basement. You break, you buy. As much as your mind can dream for 1/4 of the price. Okay, I'm back here at J. Anthony's house in Lucas because everyone went crazy over that video, and it's the $7 million house. It's actually over $7 million with a basement. And the majority of people basically said, you need to give us more information. Like they felt like I sped through the house. And so I'm going to get a little more detailed and I'm going to show you and go a little bit slower and just kind of show you all the things that you can get with a J. Anthony home. And so I'm going to start out here. I want to show you guys this pool because I get a lot of questions about how much pools are in Texas, and you're probably not going to get a pool for under $100,000. And this pool is kind of the luxury of all luxury pools because this one's $300,000. But not only does it have the spa, the hot tub, but it's got the added fountain right here, the elevated seating, and that all three of those windows open so that you can have an indoor-outdoor bar or service area. And then you have the rain effect here, a huge pool. You can see it all the way around. And then look how cool this is. It's a fire pit, and it's got the step down. So you guys can see how amazing this pool is. And these things light up with fire. You've got your tanning over here, tanning ledge, and then your chair. But this whole thing, and that over there is another fire pit. But this whole pool with everything in it is gonna run you about $300,000. Now, to get a really cool pool that is amazing, you could do from 100 to 150. That's the norm that people pay, and you're gonna get an excellent pool. Something else I wanna point out are these misters. So you can see this mister up here with the fan, but do you see how these are inset and they can be moved? And the temperature difference from this patio to out there is significant. And you also have screens. There are screens that are built in here that come down and create a wall so that all of this space can be living area with no bugs. And so if you have the screens down and you have your misters on, then it's a wonderful area to do that indoor-outdoor living. So I wanted to kind of show y'all all that is involved. And then this right here also collapses. These windows collapse down and you can have food service in and out. And then he's got a outdoor grill. He's got a keg tap for that, and then an outdoor refrigerator. So, and I know that I showed you guys this in the previous video. This is for laundry. It's throughout the entire house. Sucks your laundry in and spits it out into the laundry room. So that is a really cool, very unique feature that J. Anthony put in this house. And we are going to get to the basement, and I'll show you a little bit more about the basement at the end. But let's go inside so I can show you some other things.
So one of the things that people were asking about is the multiple kitchens. And so this kitchen is stunning. It's got the soft close and it's got the wine tower, but this would be considered your clean kitchen, meaning this is where your guests are going to gather. This is where you want it to be clean. You don't want it to be dirty as you're cooking. You know, if you're cooking for guests and you've got all the prep and everything everywhere, you don't necessarily want it out here. What they've done is they've basically shown you all that you can do, but they have a secondary sink here and they have these things for chopping, and you can put the different things in here. You can move all of this around. This is our spinner for your salad and your vegetables. And you've got the multiple faucets, but back here would be what is called a chef's kitchen, dirty kitchen, or wet kitchen. It's used interchangeably, but they do mean different things. But for it was pointed out to me in the last video, which I'm very thankful for, that not everybody calls it the same thing. So I wanted to kind of put it out there that, you know, it has many names. But this is where if you were cooking, you might prep back here, and this would all be dirty so that your guests don't see it. And so you've got a sink, you've got an entire dishwasher, you've got a built-in Thermador coffee maker, which is an amazing thing. You've got your microwave, you've got a warming drawer here, and then you have everything that you would need. So I'm just going to show you guys a little bit closer. This backsplash is stunning, but it's got an entire kitchen back here, plus refrigerator. Your lowers are one color, your uppers are a different color, and that's very much a style. And then it's got this huge pantry, which is really cool. And then you go through here and you have a secondary pantry. So you have enough storage here for any size family. But again, you know, you get to custom build with J. Anthony, and you sit down with an architect and you actually build the exact house that you want. And so there's something to be said about that and getting it for a quarter of the price. And I will show you that at the end again, like I did the last video. This is the dining room, and what they've done is they have a wine wall, which I think is incredibly unique, and it's backlit, which is really nice. And then you have all of these windows facing what would be your front yard. This is J. Anthony's parking lot because this is their model home, but it's just a really cool vibe. And then as you walk down here, this would be the first bedroom. They're actually using it as an office, but it is a bedroom. It's got its own door. So if you had a guest, they could have access without disturbing anyone. It's got its own bathroom. We already know that the toilets move on their own. Look at this. That caught me last time. Let's see. I don't know how to make this one work. See, it only works when you don't want it to work. But you can see just how pretty is it. This is a steam shower. So you can see it goes all the way up to the ceiling and you control it from the inside. And then of course, you've got a walk-in closet with beautiful cabinetry, mirror all the way to the ceiling. Just the touches in here are beautiful. All right, so going into the owner's suite, this is the entry to the owner's suite. And they have their own workout room. Again, all of this can be chosen by you. They even have their own water filter system here for when you get thirsty, just like you see at the gym. And the floor is cushioned so that you can work out without getting hurt. But it is such a great room, and it's connected. So that is the bathroom in there, the primary bathroom. But so now we're going into the owner's suite. And what I love about this is the ceiling and the lighting that they have put in there. That is an upgrade. It's something you would have to choose. But the view. I mean, who wouldn't want to sit here and have coffee in the mornings and be able to turn your chair and look out over your beautiful backyard? So just the natural light in and of itself is beyond description in this house. And it's warm and inviting, and the luxury of this home is stunning. So if you want to come take a tour, I've already met several clients up here because literally you can pick anything you wanted. So text me below if a luxury custom build is for you, because they build all over, but there are certain places that they build that it's literally a quarter of the price, and you're going to want to know. Let's go into the bathroom. Okay, so people told me to slow down in here because there's so much to see. So this is an infinity bathtub. And if you guys can see, I'm going to get real close. The water is going down the edge like an infinity pool, and it's collecting in there and going back. So it's probably one of the coolest features I've seen, because I haven't ever actually seen an infinity bathtub before. So I wanted to show you guys that really slowly. They've done the rock work behind and the bamboo ledge. So it's really pretty. And then the bamboo has lights inlaid in it. So it is a great design. And of course, that's the casita. We'll go out there in a minute. And then you've got the shower that's also a steam shower. And really cool because the lights are inlaid back here. You have the multiple shower heads. This closes completely, so it gives you the steam. And this is, I don't want to turn it on because that'd be funny, but this is your control to get the steam going. So let me show you the vanities, because that was one of the things that was brought up. These shelves are beautiful. You've got the lower lighting, and you've got the storage here. It feels like a hotel. Everyone loves that hotel feel. This is marble, and you see there's no drain because it's around the edges. So he's really thought of everything to make it unique and beautiful.
And then over here, you have where you can do your makeup, and it changes colors. So that's really cool. I wish I had one of those. And then of course you have the same over here with your marble and your sink and all your things. This one has double potties. I see that they have tied that down. I don't know if y'all saw my last video, but it kind of attacked me because it opened it without me knowing. And then you have this potty. So there's two. So you all can have your own private moments without disturbing each other. And here is the main laundry chute. This is to that workout room I just showed you. Let me go into the closet. So this is a custom closet, very similar to a California closet, but J. Anthony does, this is a part of their build out. But you have your ability to have all of your jewelry and all the storage that you would want. And then you see how much space you have in here. And then if you go upstairs and around, you have a second level. And that's very uncommon and super luxury. It's beautiful. You kind of have your own space. So, and notice this, it does have the, I'm not going to open it, but it has the in-wall vacuum center so that you don't have to haul your vacuum around, or whoever is vacuuming doesn't have to haul it around. So his and hers sections, they thought a lot about the detail, and you can plan all this out with your architect. You can have all the drawers you want, you can have all the cubbies you want, and as much as your mind can dream, they can build. They say they don't tell you no, they just tell you how much. So it really is an open-ended desire. You can literally build anything you want, and they're just going to tell you how much it costs. So, okay, let's keep going. All right, I wanted to show you, this is a room that you can have on your home. And there's a lot of people out there that have pets. So you have this, and somebody mentioned in the last video, they should have a door because he had a Great Dane. But this is really easy for a dog to step over. So, and then this would be where you bathe a dog. You could bathe a kid that got real dirty, but they have the dog bowls here. They have where you can put the dog food. They have a dog door or a cat door. And then they have built in their crates, which I think is wonderful. And then out here, what they did is it's turf, but it's got an extra iron gate so that it's a dog run. So your dogs can come out here, even when you're not here, because of the doggy door, and they can potty and do whatever, and you're not feeling like they're cooped up all day in your house if you work. And so it's a great concept. And since so many people are dog people, I love that they added this. And they do have something for cats if you are a cat lover, and I'll show you real quick. Look how cute that is. You've had Meow Meow, and you can put the litter box in there so that nobody sees it. This is the laundry room. And again, it can be any size that you want, big, small, but it is right by, this would be the garage, but right now it's their room where you choose all of the things. And then you've got your mud room. Something else that is specific to this home is the 3-sided fireplace. It's not on right now, but there's usually fire, and they've actually done a really pretty stone work here, or slab, but you can see it from all 3 sides, which is really cool. These are solid windows. I said in my last video that they're collapsible, and they're not. They are almost like storefront, but they're really thick, and they're a lot cheaper than those huge collapsible doors. You can get the huge collapsible doors. They're just showing you a cheaper alternative that gives you kind of the same light coming into your house. And so often people don't collapse those doors because Texas is so hot. And so you get to pick either, but this is a great way to save some money and still get that amazing visual effect of being outside.
So these rooms kind of show you the different variations that you can get. I mean, you can make it anything you want, but this has an open vanity and it's got a walk-in closet. And then of course your shower. So this is a good size room. That's a queen bed with 2 huge nightstands. And then you still have a lot of room over here for your chairs. This is another type where you actually have a door to the bathroom. So that way, if you don't like that open vanity look, this is just showing you what all they can do and give you ideas, because they're willing to do and create whatever you want. But it's really, really beautiful. All right, so this hallway goes down to the game room, and there's another bedroom here. And it also has a really pretty bedroom bathroom. That one has the tub in the shower. They're not, it's not a standalone, I mean a freestanding shower. This is your half bath with the floating shelf. And this is a really cool area. And this is to give you an idea. It's got the beam up there. It's got the surround sound and all the windows. But what's fun up here, and notice all the lighting, this is where I showed you outside, where these windows can collapse. So you can have snacks and beverages, and the kids can run in and out because you're not going to hurt any floors and grab their drinks, or they can stay outside because you can collapse those windows. But it's just a fun space that you can have while entertaining that is available to the pool. And then of course, this is a huge area to have a pool table or air hockey, whatever you want, with all of your outdoor light. All right, now we're gonna go to the basement. And I'm gonna take you a little slower because there were a lot of people that made a lot of comments about this basement. And so, super controversial on having a basement. Who would have known? I said that there's no bedrooms down here because they need an egress, and this basement doesn't have one. I wasn't clear in the fact that J. Anthony doesn't put bedrooms down here. They're not going to mess with trying to put a window. And so all those comments of how to do it, I get that. It's just not what J. Anthony does. And so we don't have basements in Texas. And we don't have basements in Texas because our foundations get so dry during the summer that our houses tend to move and cause cracking. And so if we have a basement, a lot of times water would get in there and then it would mold, and it's just a huge mess. So we just don't do them. And that's pretty Texas-wide. I mean, if you've got a basement, it's pretty unique. Well, what J. Anthony did is he reverse engineered a pool. So a pool keeps water in. He reverse engineered it to keep water out, and he patented it. Somebody else said, you don't need to patent that technology. Well, I mean, people patent it because, you know, they don't, you have to prove that a patent does what it says it does. And so, okay, so this is the movie room. It's got lots of rows for seating, and you can build it out however you want. They have lots of lights. I just don't know how to turn them on. So they do have a half bath down here, which is super pretty and unique on the design. And then you come in here and it's another, almost like a man cave, you know, where you can play video games, you can play poker, you can make it into the kids, you know, area where they can be as loud as they want because nobody's going to hear them. So it's just a really great space. They have another TV here. This is one of those picture TVs. But I kind of want to show you guys, you can see in here that this is a pump. It's super heavy, but this is a pump in case water gets down here. It will automatically pump it out. The whole house is a post-tension slab, except for the basement part. And so this sits on top of that technology so that it has breathability and the availability to move a little bit and not contract so hard in our really, really hot summers. And so it's just a really cool idea, very specific to J. Anthony. So if having a basement is intriguing to you guys, then definitely let me know and I'll get you more information. but just know that all of this is customizable. Okay, something else that J. Anthony is really known for is hidden doors, and I just think that's really fun. So I'm going to show you guys. If you notice, looks like a normal bookshelf. Okay, here we go. Oh, there we go. Don't break anything. You break, you buy. So it could be a safe room. It could be a room where you put things that you don't want anybody else to know where they are. And then look over here. See, normal wall. And then I know that it's here somewhere. Yep, there it is. Oh, thank you. I got some help. How cool is that? So you could have the messiest office of all times and nobody's gonna see it. So just remember, all of this is customizable. They literally sit down with an architect and build you the house of your dreams. What does Casey say? That they never say no, they just tell you how much. So, okay, I'm gonna go out and show you guys the front and then we'll be done with this tour, but I want y'all to notice how big this entry is. I want you to see how beautiful the glass door is. Again, if you don't want that much light, you don't have to have it because they'll put in there whatever you'd like. Out here, they have created multiple places to sit and have coffee or have friends over and have a fire pit. I mean, look at that. And remember, the dining room is right here. So, and you can hear the sound system. It's throughout the whole house and around the outside. So, all right, let's go to the casita. Something I wanted to point out about this refrigerator is, first of all, it's built in and it's super expensive, but if it's left open for too long, it will close itself. The door will close itself. So we are getting high tech with refrigerators. So now we're here at the casita and it's got sliders. And what's crazy about this is, I mean, it's a full-on house and it can sit on your property. You can design it, but this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. So you can see that it's got beautiful finish out. For a casita, I just think that it's stunning. And the beams up on the ceiling, you've got a gigantic pantry, great refrigerator, great view. So if you've got parents or kiddos that need to be close, but you know, they might not need to live completely on their own. This is another bedroom. It's actually the primary on the casita, but you can also pick out your pool. One thing I want to tell you guys, most of the builders in the metroplex will not build pools. You have to contract that separately. J. Anthony is one of the builders, and the partners in building will do it too. J. Anthony is one of the builders that will build the pool alongside building your home so that all of it's done when you move in. And there is a lot of convenience in that. So ask me questions about that if you're interested, but this is where you come in and you pick out all the design of the pool. So such a great bathroom. You've got your tub, soaking tub, your standalone shower, really big closet. And then on the other side is 2 bedrooms. And a bathroom. Let's see if there's another bathroom. So here's the bedroom. It's a really good size. So nobody ever talks about garages, and this one has a 4-car garage, and this would be a garage as well, but they're using it as an office. You can have as many garages as you want. When you're dealing with a house this big, I would suggest at least 4 because it puts you into a different price category. Out of the entire metroplex, we could have, let's say 25, 100 homes over 4,000 square feet, but it might drop to 150 with 4 cars and above. So you get a lot of 3 cars, but it's very rare to get 4 cars or above. So keep that in mind if you're building. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this tour. If you have questions about custom building,
We can do it all over. If you want J. Anthony at the quarter of the price, that's in Salina, Texas. So reach out to me and I can get you more information on that. Well, that wraps up today's video. I know moving can be overwhelming, and we have moved so many people here to the Dallas-Fort Worth area that I feel I can help you find the perfect house here in the fields or anywhere metroplex wide. So give me a call or a text at the phone number below, and we would love to see you or hear from you soon. Have a good one.